Welcome to It's Not Just Menopause, the podcast that empowers you to navigate midlife with confidence through real talk, root cause insights, and no BS strategies that actually work. If you're dealing with fatigue, stubborn weight, brain fog, or just feeling off and overlooked, this show is for you. Discover what's really going on with your hormones and why it's not just about estrogen. Each episode breaks down what your doctor didn't explain, the internet got wrong, and what your body's been trying to tell you all along. From stress and metabolism to nervous system support and functional nutrition, we'll cover the tools that help you feel more like yourself, again, without restrictive diets, overwhelming plans, or hormone hype. I'm your host, Cindi, functional nutrition practitioner and certified menopause specialist. I'm here to guide you through the midlife noise so you can stop guessing, get the clarity you deserve, and finally take back control of your health. If you've ever felt dismissed, overwhelmed, or like your body just isn't responding the way it used to, you're in the right place. Let's rewrite the menopause story without the fluff. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of It's Not Just Menopause, the podcast that puts you back in control of your health with root cause, no BS support for your hormones, your symptoms, and your sanity. Again, I'm your host, Cindi, functional nutrition practitioner, certified menopause specialist, and the creator of the No BS Menopause Method. Today's episode kicks off a month-long series leading right into my upcoming event, the Menopause Reimagined Summit. I'm going to have 10 amazing women speakers talking on all things menopause and how you can learn how to get to the root cause of why your symptoms keep happening. Okay, so if you've been dealing with the symptoms that no one warns you about, which are those hidden ones, or worse, symptoms that have been brushed off or dismissed, this episode is going to feel like a giant exhale. We're going to talk about what's really going on when your body starts sending confusing signals, why most women don't get real answers, and how you can finally get to the root of it all without being told to just deal with it. So let's dive in. So most of us were handed a version of womanhood that skipped right over menopause, right? We're told to expect puberty. We're taught that what to expect during pregnancy, and we're handed pamphlets about birth control. But menopause, just crickets. Or worse, we were told it was just hot flashes and getting older. So when you suddenly start forgetting why you walked into a room, or you're crying during commercials and snapping at people who breathe too loud, when your skin feels like it's crawling, your stomach is bloated for no reason, and you're waking up at 3 a.m. like someone flipped on the switch in your brain, you think, what is happening to me? Because no one told you this was menopause too. So here's what I want you to know. Symptoms like brain fog, rage, itchy skin, digestive issues, sleep disruption, weight gain, these are not personal failures. They're not weird, and they're definitely not just part of aging. They're common, but they're not normal, and they're absolutely not something you should just shrug off. But for decades, women have been taught to do exactly that. Shrug it off, push through, and pretend everything is fine. So now let's talk about why so many women are still stuck in this cycle of guessing, Googling, and second-guessing themselves. It's not because you're lazy, it's not because you haven't tried hard enough, and it's not even because your symptoms are vague or confusing. It's because the system wasn't built for you. Before we get back to today's episode, I've got a quick question for you. Feel like your body's in chaos, but your labs are normal? You're not crazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. If you've been told it's just menopause or to wait it out, it's time for real answers. Take my free quiz, What's Really Driving Your Menopause Symptoms. In under 2 minutes, you'll uncover your top hidden stressor and get my free guide, The Menopause Stress Fix, sent straight to your inbox. Head to cindistickle.com/quiz or click the link in the show notes. If you're doing everything right, but still feel like a mess, this quiz is your next step. All right, let's get back to today's episode. Most doctors receive less than 4 hours of training in menopause, if at all, during medical school. And I don't even think, even gynecologists who specialize in women's health don't get that much, okay? And that training is usually centered around hormone replacement therapy, not the full menopause transition, and definitely not how to support symptoms through nutrition, nervous system regulation, or root cause healing. It's Western medicine, people. And Western medicine is here to just fix the symptom, not get to the root cause, and push pills. Okay, that's what they're paid for by the pharmaceutical companies. So if you want real support through all this, like, that's why I'm here to help with nutrition. I'm not getting paid by anybody but you when you hire me, because I don't push products unless I believe in them. I have specialists coming on my summit about nervous system regulation. So what happens when you're like at the doctor's office, right? You walk in and say, I feel off, I can't sleep, I'm gaining weight even though I haven't changed anything, I'm anxious all the time and I don't know why. And what do you get? You're just stressed. It's normal at your age. Maybe you try a lower calorie diet. Your labs are fine. That one really irritates the crap out of me, because I've had that experience with my doctor, with my thyroid. So, but let me be clear. Just because something is common doesn't mean it's normal. And fine on a lab test doesn't mean your body is functioning optimally. That is why I dug deep into functional nutrition, and I read labs, and I have my clients take labs. If their doctors aren't requesting them, I can order them for them, and we can see the whole picture, because doctors won't do it. Okay? So most lab ranges aren't even tailored for women in midlife. They lump everyone from 18 to 65 into one range and call it good. Or they include men in there, and our bodies are totally different. That's not medicine. That's lazy in Western medicine. And it's why so many women leave appointments feeling unseen, unheard, and unsupported. You're still struggling because the care you've been given isn't complete, and you deserve better. So let's go even deeper, because this part matters. Okay? Because we're tired of normalizing the abnormal, and that's why it's keeping you stuck. Okay? So one of the biggest disservices to women in midlife is how often symptoms get labeled as just aging. Yes, it's a side effect of menopause, but it doesn't mean that you can't do something about it, okay? But when your body starts whispering, then shouting for help, and you keep being told it's nothing, you stop trusting yourself. And let me walk you through some of the most common symptoms I hear from clients every single day and what's really behind them. Brain fog. This isn't just midlife forgetfulness. It can be tied to hormone fluctuations, particularly estrogen and progesterone, because, we're losing that as we hit perimenopause. Those are declining. And they directly impact brain function. It can also be worsened by blood sugar instability, cortisol dysregulation, and inflammation, which is everything I talk about on this podcast and to my clients. Weight gain, especially belly fat. So your body isn't betraying you, it's trying to protect you. Midsection weight is often a sign of cortisol overload, insulin resistance, and stress. So you can't out-cardio or under-eat your way out of it. In fact, under-eating has slowed down your metabolism and makes it harder to lose weight and make you gain weight sometimes. And cardio just stresses out your body, super hard cardio in menopause. So you don't want to do heavy cardio. So if you're doing that, you are also contributing to your symptoms. Okay, so that's stuff that I can help you with. Again, itchy, dry skin. Estrogen plays a huge role in skin elasticity and moisture. When it drops, your skin tells a story. Nutrient absorption also changes in menopause, which means deficiencies show up faster. Digestive issues, bloating, acid reflux, constipation, random food sensitivities. These are all signs of a gut-brain hormone axis that's out of sync. Yes, all three of those talk to each other. It's a whole body thing. It's not just one symptom, put the Band-Aid on it, you're done. Okay? Your nervous system and hormones both influence your gut. And when your stress is high, digestion suffers. Because, and I've talked about this in other episodes, When your stress is high, your cortisol is high, your body is in fight or flight. It shuts down other systems in your body because it's trying to protect you from dying. It doesn't know the difference between a daily stress of 100 emails in your inbox or an animal from thousands of years ago trying to attack you. It just knows it as stress. And so it shuts down digestion, it shuts down your immune system, and it only focuses on keeping you alive and storing your fat. Okay, so getting your nervous system back down and calm again is key to helping you in menopause. And then sleep disruption. Waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. isn't just bad luck. It can be tied to cortisol spikes, blood sugar crashes, and poor melatonin production, which are all influenced by your lifestyle, nutrition, and yes, your hormones. Because a lot of times your cortisol is supposed to go down during the day. It's high in the morning to wake you up and go down during the day and lower at night so melatonin can step in. And when you're stressed, it keeps your cortisol up all day long. And it's not just obvious stress, it's hidden stress. It's under eating, it's over exercising, it's little things you don't even know are stressing you out. So every single one of these is a message. Your body is not trying to just punish you. It's screaming at you that there's something else going on. Okay? And your body isn't broken. It's actually brilliant. It's trying to communicate. And you've been taught to ignore the signals. One of my very first speaker in October on my Menopause Reimagined Summit is someone who does this. She's a trauma-informed physical therapist and does brain spotting and IFS. And she helps women to actually listen to their pain and their signals, because she is a physical therapist, so she understands that, but she takes it to a whole different level. So she is my very first speaker that's going to drop on October 6th. So she would definitely be one you want to listen to. But when we're listening to our signals and we ignore them, what happens when we ignore them? You just try to fix it by doing more supplements, more dieting, more workouts, more pushing. And that is actually causing more stress, and you're on that endless loop or that hamster wheel in menopause. Okay. And it just drives that dysfunction deeper. Okay. So what if you've been looking in the wrong place? Okay. So let's shift that lens completely. What if your symptoms aren't a problem to solve, but a pattern to decode? What if the fatigue, the brain fog, the belly fat, the anxiety, what if they're not flaws to hide or fix, but signals that your body is begging for a new approach? We need to learn to listen to what our body is telling us, and that's what Lauren talks about on my summit. The truth is, your body wants to heal. Our bodies naturally heal, but when we are bombarding them with all the wrong things, they won't heal, okay? And it just needs that right environment to heal. And that's what root cause healing is all about. Not slapping a supplement or a patch on a symptom, but actually listening to what your body is asking for and supporting it in a way that honors what it's going through, right? And listen, that's not always obvious, right? Especially when your brain feels fried and you're juggling a million things. That's another thing that us as women, we're so used to being out there for everyone else and not taking care of ourselves. We actually need to start slowing down in menopause, because that's what our body needs. And I don't just mean the typical self-care stuff, but more in-depth, you really have to say no to things and slow down. And so that's why I created the Menopause Reimagined Summit, because it's bigger than just one symptom or one solution. Okay, it's going to be a week of interviews, 2 a day. All these specialists covering different things from fitness and in menopause, especially postmenopause, fitness for the perimenopause people, the trauma informs specialist, a lot of nervous system healing, yoga, stuff like that is very helpful, because one fix is not going to help you in menopause. You have to do quite a few things in order to help your symptoms or listen to them better, right? So it's time to rethink what's possible in midlife, and that is why I created Menopause Reimagined. There will be a link where you can sign up and get on the email list, and then you'll know exactly when everything starts, okay? And so you don't need another 30-day plan. You don't need another influencer telling you to count macros without context. I am twice certified in macros. I understand what it does to your body. I'm also not an influencer, so I already know what I'm talking about. You do need the root cause relief, okay? Because for one, you don't even know you have symptoms that are really harming you, okay, in menopause. And you need a clear path forward that works with your body, not against it. Okay. So again, you're not crazy, you're hormonal, and that's fixable. Okay. So if this episode made you feel even a little bit more seen or understood, then just wait until you hear what's being covered in my Menopause Reimagined Summit. You're going to love it. Okay. The event is going to be a game changer. You're going to hear from experts who get it. They're all women. Okay, so they're all living it. And yes, it's going to talk more about the symptoms like brain fog, mood changes, digestive issues, the nervous system dysregulation, and all the things that we've been told to ignore. Okay, so if you're tired of being dismissed, if you're ready for answers that actually make sense, and if you want to finally feel steady, clear-headed, and like yourself again, the summit is your next step. So again, the link to sign up for the email list will be in the show notes. It's actually on the website, menopausereimagined.co, C-O, okay. But yeah, stay tuned because you'll be hearing more about it. And trust me, you'll want to be there for day one, okay. So again, I just want to thank you for listening today. And if this episode hits home, take a screenshot, share it on Instagram, tag me at Cindi Stickle Nutrition, and tell me what resonated with you most, and share it with a friend who you know is suffering and struggling with symptoms, okay? And also don't forget to subscribe because next week I am going to be pulling back the curtain on midlife medical gaslighting and why so many women are still being told to just deal with it, okay? So gaslighting is very important, especially when it comes to women's health, okay? But until then, just remember, you're not crazy. You're not failing. You're just in a season no one prepared you for, and you deserve better support. So thank you again, and I will be in your headphones next week. Thank you for tuning in to It's Not Just Menopause. I hope today's episode gave you real clarity about what's actually going on in your body and reminded you that it's not just your hormones, and it's definitely not your fault. If you found value in this conversation, make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Cindi Stickle Nutrition or head to cindystickle.com for more resources and personalized support on your menopause and midlife health journey. Until next time, keep questioning what you've been told and trust that your body is not broken. You just need the truth and the tools that actually work.